6 years ago, I was working in a wood shop. I hated my job. I didn't have any real hope of it going anywhere and knew that there was no way I could spend the rest of my life doing something I hated. While I was working there, I would listen to podcasts to help pass the day, and I stumbled on a podcast called Bigger Pocket. It was all about real estate investing, and I thought to myself, I could do that. If only I knew where to start. And then something amazing happened. I got laid off. Forced to decide whether or not I would find another job in carpentry or try something new, I decided to take a step of faith and get my real estate license with the intention of learning about the buying and selling process so that I could start investing in real estate myself. Fast forward now 6 years, and I've helped over 100 clients to buy and sell their home, sold over $40 million in real estate, and we purchased our first multifamily property that we have house hacked and are living now in one of the units. And let me say that I don't consider myself to have made it at all. In fact, in many ways, I'm just getting started. But I wanted to make this channel to share with you my journey in real estate investing so that if you are thinking about doing it, you can gain some knowledge and learn from my successes and failures. So if you're interested in that, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. This video is all about how we purchased our first multifamily property using the real estate investing technique known as house hacking. And at the end, I'm going to break down the exact numbers so that you have an idea of just how life-changing real estate investing can actually be. So after learning as much as I could about real estate investing, being full-time in real estate for about a year, and convincing my wife that this would be a good thing for our family, we decided it was time to start actively pursuing our first investment property. At the time, we were living in a single-family home that we had bought about 3 years earlier and knew that the only way we were going to be able to afford another property is if we sold the house we were living in to purchase it. So this left us with really only one option, and that was to find a property where we could live in one of the units while renting out the other unit, which is a real estate investing technique known as house hacking. After putting in a number of offers on multifamily properties and losing all of them due to our home sale contingency, we realized that we were going to have to sell our house first, then find temporary living until the right investment opportunity presented itself. So after putting our house on the market, it sold in the first weekend for well over asking price, and the realtor who was helping the buyers actually had a rental that was going to be available for us right when we closed. Couldn't have worked out any better. And so after closing on our home, we moved into a rental a few miles away, really hit the ground running trying to find our first investment property. After exhausting all of the inventory on the market, I went looking for off-market deals. To do this, I pulled the tax cards of all the multifamily units in the area, found their phone numbers and addresses, called them, and sent them letters. I got a few replies, but unfortunately nothing came out of it. Then one day, I got a phone call from a family friend. They owned a 3-unit property in the area and wanted my help to sell it. After looking into the property a bit, I realized that this was the perfect deal that we were looking for. Hey, if you are enjoying this video and finding it helpful, if you could just do me a huge favor and hit the like button. I know it's super small, but it really helps me continue to help more people just like yourself. So after visiting the property, talking with my wife, we made an offer on it. And because of our connections and the fact that I was a real estate agent and it would save them on commission to sell it to us, they accepted the offer. We closed on the deal about a month later, but the work had really just begun. The property consisted of a 2-car garage with a 2-bedroom apartment over it, a 1-bedroom standalone unit, and then a house that was originally built in 1738 that was in complete need of renovation. Our plan was to rent out the 2-bedroom and 1-bedroom apartment and renovate the house to live in. Thankfully, due to the money that we made off of the sale of our house, we had the budget to be able to do so. And my previous career in carpentry meant that I was able to do the majority of the work myself. Also, we were able to quickly find tenants for the apartments, which meant our mortgage payment would essentially be covered even while we weren't living at the house. We did a complete gut of the kitchen and bathroom, repainted the entire house, had the floors refinished, put in a new furnace, and created a separate side entrance so we could park on the other side of the property away from our tenant. The renovation was a ton of work and it took about 3 months to complete. After it was done, we moved into the house and our journey into real estate investing officially had begun. So now let's take a look at the numbers because I want you to see just how life-changing real estate investing can be. We purchased the property for $450,000 with a 20% down payment at a 3% interest rate. This made our mortgage payments $2,300 a month. We rented the 2-bedroom apartment out for $2,000 a month and the 1-bedroom apartment for $1,500 a month. These rents are very competitive when you look at other apartments and what's going for in our area. So while we're living at our house, after our mortgage is paid, we're still cash flowing $1,200 a month. Essentially, we're getting paid to live in this house and we were building appreciation in the house simply by owning it. But where it really gets fun is when we're able to move out, because the main house that we were living in that we renovated will be able to be rented for $3,000 a month. This means that after our mortgage has been paid, we'll be able to cash flow $4,200 a month on this property, which makes it an incredible deal and one that has truly changed our lives. Now, like I said earlier, I don't feel like I've arrived, and I'm not saying this to brag. I just want to inspire you to seriously consider real estate investing as a means to financial freedom, because I can tell you without a doubt that it has the power to change your life. There are, however, a few things that you'll need to consider when thinking about house hacking, so make sure to watch this video here to learn more.